it's very cold today and it's raining, and of course I'm working. It's Friday, but it's not that kind of Friday because I'm working tomorrow as well. So tomorrow will be my Friday. And death definitely puts things into perspective. You know, I'm driving and I'm thinking about my late mom and what I can do to honor her memory. And I watch what I eat. I watch my weight. I exercise. My work keeps me physically fit because I'm always jumping up and down on the deck, you know, working with chains, binders. I'm not sitting on my butt for 8 hours like what I used to do when I was a trucker. And the only area where I can improve is my relationship with firewater, with booze. And I went back a couple of years on WhatsApp, you know, when my mom was texting me back when she was better. And that was a big concern for her. She was always asking me, so how's the drinking going? And I would joke, the drinking goes very well, you know. But I definitely want to cut down, so I try to quit but as everybody knows, that's super hard, you know, with all this stress and bills and lack of money and bad weather, you know, you name it. And so I just want to cut down, you know. I think it's more realistic, and I feel very motivated now more than ever because of my late mom, because that would make her really happy, you know, if I could improve that area. And so if somebody knows some practical tips, you know, something that really works, how to cut down and have more, you know, alcohol-free days, just feel free to share your comments. But I'll just start by saying that what I found, and of course now is a great time to do some, you know, to develop new habits, because we have AI, right? And now, like Google, whenever you ask a question, it's all AI, right? And it's much more interesting, like the answers you get. And so I just researched, I used my voice to do a search on Google, and I said tips on how to cut down alcohol. And a great story came out from some kind of a association that deals with alcohol abuse, and they shared some cool tips which made total sense. Like they were saying, you know, decrease your, you know, containers, for example, right? So instead of drinking a pint, drink like from smaller bottles. Instead of large glasses of wine, just use like a small glass of wine. And then drink water between drinks. And also what I liked is they said drink stuff that has less ABV, alcohol by volume. So let's say drink weaker beer instead of vodka or cognac or wine, right? Which makes total sense. And then another tip they said was to set a budget, like how much you want to spend on alcohol, right? And just stick to that budget. Very good idea. And what else was there? So use smaller containers, weaker alcohol drinks, set a budget, drink water, and I forgot, there was something else. Oh yeah, very important. They said treat every day, like basically don't be too concerned with what happened yesterday. Just live every day, just, you know, as it comes. And if you try to reduce little by little every day, so you will feel like a winner. no matter how much you drink. So and I think that's a good plan to start. I definitely want to cut down, especially since I learned that, you know, alcohol really affects your attempts to build muscle, right? And that's what I'm trying to do. Like, why I go to the gym 2-3 times a week? I want to get stronger, I want to get bigger muscles. And it turns out when you drink alcohol, like in moderation it's okay, but if you drink more than in moderation, then alcohol disrupts the synthesis of protein, so your body cannot make protein. So basically, you go to the gym, you waste your time if you drink afterwards, if you drink a lot. And then also alcohol lowers your testosterone, which is never good, because testosterone, it's not just for sex, but it affects your entire body. And then of course alcohol disrupts your sleep. So even though if you think you slept okay, like you wake up at, you know, when your alarm clock wakes you up, but what happens is that you don't realize that alcohol disrupts those, you know, deep cycles, you know, that sleep that we all need, like, you know, deep sleep. Because if you don't get enough sleep, so your body cannot recover after the gym. And so again, so that's a third factor. So no synthesis of protein, poor sleep, lower testosterone, and what else? Oh, and also alcohol makes it hard for the body to digest protein from food. So you may be eating like a ton of protein or have, you know, protein shakes, but if you drink too much, all that protein is just wasted. So basically, you waste your time at the gym, you waste food, you waste protein shakes, and that's another reason why I really want to, you know, do it in moderation, because I have great body, like, you know, great potential. I mean, I have broad shoulders, long legs, and also I remember one guy told me, we were at the gym, and he says, man, if I had a body like yours, I would train every day, you know. And so I really want to, even though I'm 63, but I think it's never too late to improve. And research shows that muscles disappear not because of weight, but because of lack of exercise. So everybody should exercise, and I've been watching lots of videos on YouTube about this, like people in their 60s and 70s, you know, they go to the gym, they build muscle. But the trick is, of course, so alcohol is a real enemy. I mean, excessive alcohol is a real enemy of the gym or of your muscles. And secondly, you really need a lot of protein. And I remember watching one video where one lady was trying all kinds of diets, and, you know, paleo, all meat, you know, high carbs, low carbs, you know, high protein. And she discovered that what worked for her best, and I was really interested in hearing that. So she started counting only two things: protein and calories. So basically, increase protein, limit calories, and you're gonna be okay. Because research shows that in order to build muscles at any age, you should consume 0.25 grams of protein per 1 pound of your weight. That's for one meal. So for example, if you weigh 100 pounds, so that's 25 grams of protein for one meal. But I weigh 180, and I really want to bring it down to 175, because I do have like a small belly that I'm kind of like ashamed of when I go to the gym. And so I think for me, the answer was 40. Imagine 40 grams of protein. So that's 120 grams a day. And I do have this protein shake thing that I do with creatine. and that one spoonful, one little bucket of that shake, all organic, plant-based, it gives me 20 grams of protein. But that's what I'm looking out for, increase protein and decrease calories, eat less bread and all this pasta. Like yesterday again, I went to this Vietnamese place where they make this pho noodle soup. Man, like there was a lot of chicken. I went for lean chicken with noodles, and there was lots of weight. But I stepped on the scale this morning and I'm at 184. Like 2 days ago I was 183. Last week I was 179. Like, what's going on? It's too many carbs. Too many carbs is not good. So limit calories, increase protein. That's my motto. So again, if anybody has some practical tips that do really work with alcohol, do let me know, because I'm serious about this. I want to make my late mom happy. I know that's what she wanted for me. Love you, Mom.